3, 2, 1, welcome! Okay, since it's been long since I uploaded the last long video, well, not that long, but since I uploaded bubbles, it's been a new art style and a new experiment for me. So I was like, wait, I can change my art style very quickly. So I was like, let me draw a new art style, but let's try a different sister today. Let's try Blossom, right? And here I am. First I started with a sketch. Like usual, sketch, hectic for me, because I'm not that pro, but I still like to draw, and then I decided to add a color base. And then I started with the shading. Okay, I'm going too fast for this one. So I started to darken the hair a little bit on the, what do they call it? Tip edge? I don't know. But you can see where it is. That's the point. Okay, I will not be explaining everything because artistic reasons. Mostly because I don't know how to say it in English a lot, even though basically my whole life I talk English, but like, can we just focus on the painting? Okay, not my language skills right now. And then what was I going to say? Sorry, yes. I start to shade the hair. I love shading the hair. I don't know why. Basically, I took one of the colors, which the orange color, I darkened it a little bit, and then I chose an orange color, a little bit lighter from that dark shade, so I can easily mix it. You know how to do a render. That's how I render. That's literally my whole art render. That's what someone can tell me. Okay. I'm getting over myself right now, but like, you see that circle point? Yeah, you don't draw there. You draw only on the places where you think the light is going to hit. So I started with the shading, then I started to add the lighting to the hair. To the parts that I shaded, I thought, okay, so where will the sun hit, right? At the top of the head, you can make it, you need to make a circle. Whether you're going to edit it later or not, that's up to you. But that's just to show that the top of the hairline starts from there. So that's what I guess I'm doing. Okay, let's not what do you call it? Egoistic? I'm not an egoistic. I know I'm not an egoistic. No one can tell me I'm egoistic. So I start to shade the hair behind the ears, and then I go at the bottom of the hair. You know, behind ears, you go down, then you circle. The ones that look like a curve, I just like to make a curve in the hair. I don't know why. Blossom's hair is straight, but like for me, I imagine that, you know, the one secretary for that Townsville person? Yeah. She reminded me of her, so I was like, let me draw also her hair cozy. So I started to shade the face also.
What the dog doing?
So which I chose a color of the face, and then I chose a little bit dark color but going to the red side, like that, and then I decided to apply it to it. Applied it only to the marks where there was lines of the face, you know, the black ones. Now I decided to apply it also on the neck, because like that's where the shading, because I was like, if the light is coming from up, most of the neck is surely going to have like dark areas, right? So I am editing it with the light. This is how I usually edit, you know, you guys. I just pick a little bit lighter. It's still dark, but a little lighter than that color. And then I start to mix it with it, so you can see it looks very natural, like that. And then it looks very good, you know. It's satisfying to do it and to watch. And so this is what I love when they tell me to render, and this is what I think is rendering. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, it's still satisfying to do. And I think I remember someone asking me how I also draw hands. To be fair and honest, I don't know how to draw hands. I don't know my whole life how to draw hands. I just tried it with boxes, you know, like, I think I just do a big box, and then I start with the hands. But after I sketched it, even the hands were like so bad to render. So I was like, let me render it carefully. And I literally took 10 minutes editing that hand. You know, if you take that much time, it means it's special. So with the clothes, it's the same thing. You just take the darker color out of the color base, and then you start to apply it where you think it will be dark, like for the corner side, down side. And then for the lighter color, I literally choose this color base again, and then I go a little bit lighter. I can choose to go to the, since this one is like gray, I can choose to go to the other colors, like green maybe, because her top, it looks like beige green, something like that. I don't know what they call it. Okay, I'm not that artistic. I would have gone into fashion major, but you guys know, I don't have the time for fashion major. I'm just kidding. No, it's because I have problem. Mental problem. But for the skirt, I actually thought of making it pants at first, and I was like, no way, she will look weird. So I decided to make it a skirt. So I edited that pants or skirt, or I don't know what, but like I decided to make it a skirt. It's a skirt, guys. So I basically rounded the colors, like the dark, I went up, down, up, like a curve, and then I added light. And for the top, also the same thing. I basically added like lighter color after I added the dark colors at the down. I add the light colors at the top, and then I like to mix the smudge. You know that smudge brush? Yeah, I like to use it if I'm going to mix. Just if I have no idea what the mix of like both of them will be, I smudge and then I take the color and then I unsmudge it so I can choose that color. I can paint it with that color instead. Basically, a new baby color is born then. Is that okay? Wait. A little bit racist, but let's just focus on the main goal here. The painting, the digital paint, the digital drawing. Blossom. Goodness sake, I might actually need a therapist after this.
What the dog doing?
So I started the eyes, and for the eyes, you guys, I don't know how to draw eyes. I don't know how to draw eyes. I literally reached the point where I don't know how to draw eyes. I started to sketch a lot. I forgot how to draw eyes in digital paintings. I'm just watching tutorial videos every single day now.
What the dog doing?
But I decided to do this art style, which was you basically add that color base, which is pink. You can see I'm literally looking at the reference up there, but like pink color base, and then I go light at the bottom, and then dark circle in the middle, and dark up the islands, and then I start to line it with some lighter color and make it like that, and then you can see very clearly. I don't know how to explain very well, but I did show the whole process. I can swear on that. But yeah, for the skin, I also like to take the ones, the red one I decided to color the face with earlier for darkening, and then smudge, and then that. Yeah, that same shading, I use it. Or you can just go choose the color base of the face, the color base of the face, and then you go a little bit darker, but to the red side, and then you apply it on the eyes. And also the nose, I wanted to remove that line, the one I drew earlier on the nose, and I decided to edit the neck. You know why? Because like, I don't know, I thought she looked a little bit thin, a little bit fat, so I was like, what's going on? This lady doesn't have a perspective of her body. Like, get some diet. I'm just kidding. Don't understand it wrong. Like, basically, I'm not kidding when it comes to my art style, but like, I'm just kidding. And then I decided to edit the hair because I was like, why? The face looks a little smaller, and then the hair is like a whole jungle out there. So I was like, let me edit it. And so I colored it with white. First, I drew some darker shades to understand where I want the hair to look like. And so, I decided to edit it and add white color and remove that unnecessary hair,
What the dog doing?
And since Blossom have this ribbon, I don't know where to put it. And since I drew her an ear, I decided to give her what did they call it? Earrings? Yeah. Ribbon earrings. What a genius. Like, no one could think of that. Like, who are you again? But
What the dog doing?
then I decided to shade. By the way, I saw this short once that she was using a pen that has this sparkle, on IBC paint. I don't know what they call it, special pen. It's just what it is. And then I decided to to color with it, and it was kind of hard for me since it was like my first time. Not really, I tried to animate it before, but like it was not good. And so I decided to make that layer less opacity because I don't want anyone to see that shame of mine a little bit. Anyway. So then I decided to put this again, but a lighter color, like add, and then I smudge it a little bit just so it looks natural. But you can see there is difference between now and then, you know? It's like a glow up. This girl got a glow up in 2 minutes. She's getting glow up faster than my whole life. And for the eyes, you would like to line it because it will show the eyelids. I think, what do they call it? Double eyes? You know, the ones they get, like most girls who have it, they, you know what, never mind. I was going to say surgery, but I was like, no, this is not appropriate. Never mind. So you start to blush the face, you know, and add some light colors to that nose, to that cheeks. Well, I tried to add it to the forehead, but you guys know, I'm not that good of a painter. I accidentally just became an artist. Because I was suddenly the quiet person in the room. You know how an introvert is, when they cannot really talk too much, they just become something. Most of them become artists, somehow.
What the dog doing?
And so, for the hair, I decided to add my final touch, which is, you know, the dip and soft, yeah, that one, but with a white color, and then I cross and I erase. I obviously decrease the opacity because I don't know, but I like putting that white line over the curls. You can see how the hair is swirling, and obviously after you shade every single thing, you need to put line art. Well, not most of the art doesn't require, but since I'm trying this new art, so I was like, let's do it, you know. I am not confident about putting this one. I thought my art looked great without it, but then after putting it, I was like, wait, this is actually good, you know, like good, but I feel like something's missing. Maybe next time when I'm doing next art style, I will learn the thing that's missing, but for now, it's just this one. And so here I start to color the line art. You have to be careful with the hands because, like, you know, I accidentally draw the hands. I know as an artist I shouldn't be saying this, but it's a little too much for me, and it's a little too heavy also for me. It's the same thing. But anyway. So I decided to lessen the white thing over the head because what do they call it? Highlight? I don't know. I forget the names very easily these days. My memory is because I keep sleeping at 5 a.m. My goodness. No, I posted. No, I actually 6 a.m. So I actually noticed that adding highlights to that earrings make it look very natural. Like, and I was like, wow, those earrings actually looks like nice earrings now. You know, they look like those balloons you'll buy. And so I decided to add highlight for the rest of the body. Why not? Everything had to have highlights, especially that hand. I needed to show like the reflection of that good light. I don't know how that good light is working in her hands. For me, that's my perspective. So every artist, every perspective. And you guys, this is it. We're done. Voila.
What the dog doing?
Oh, well, thank you for watching. I guess. Goodbye. See you next time. Like they say, see you when I see you, or when I'm available. Probably I'll have art blog after this, and then I will come after 1 month.